Hey guys, I'm going to do something a bit different for this vlog. As you can see, I'm not using my highly expensive camera, so the quality is going to be much lower. Anyway, here with me today I have Tommy Oliver, aka BronyCurious,
Hello.
and we're going to talk about Breezies and the episode that premiered last weekend of My Little Pony Friendship's Magic, and whether it was as bad as Tom says it is. Because I don't think it was that bad. And so I have something to say to you, which is, come on.
Yeah, that's your argument. We're gonna do the Family Guy
Come
argument
on.
here. Come on. All right.
I mean, I think it's like, I don't know, 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
Yeah.
It's pretty generous, sir. So you've heard my case. You
Yeah,
don't do
yeah,
the
I've
MLP
seen your
shtick
video.
anymore.
Yeah.
Defend. Go.
Then, well, the thing is, when you said that Twilight was pulling the spell out of her ass and everything,
Mhm.
I think she's done that a lot in the past as well. I mean, she did that in Sonic Rainboom,
Mhm.
so that didn't really bother me that too much.
Okay.
And as far as the Breezies being toy bait, I didn't really feel like toy bait to me. I mean, it definitely wasn't like Equestria Girls.
Is that all you're gonna say?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it. That's your defense. It's like I didn't think so. I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
it didn't feel like it to me.
I mean, it's all opinion. So I mean,
Yeah.
I can't sit here and be like, I'm right and you're wrong, and this is why. But here's why I'm right and you're wrong. No. I don't know. I mean, to me, like the Breezies didn't have any like really solid explanation. It all felt very
Yeah, it was
contrived.
very, it was very like out there.
Like the breeze. Like, how does that work?
Yeah,
It's a thing, and it doesn't. They spent all this time with this exposition, but the exposition didn't make sense. They probably would have been better off. They're just like they're here and they're doing things because we said so, and like that's left it in
yeah.
that.
Though I guess you can make the argument that there are inconsistencies within the MLP lore, quite a bit.
There totally is,
Yeah,
and I call it on it all the time.
yeah,
So, so I mean, here we are again. Um, I think the thing that the show's really good at and has been really good at, especially in season 1 and season 2, is that it's a commercial without feeling like a commercial.
yeah,
And a lot of the decisions being made recently, and the Breezes were one of them to me, is when it felt like a commercial again. And the thing that made the show so great in the first place was that it was able to sell toys without being blatant about it. It was
right.
able to have substance beyond trying to make Hasbro money. And because I got a lot of flack for that video, because a lot of people are just like, oh, that's Hasbro makes toys. That's what they do. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
no. Don't get me wrong. That's what they do. But when they do that unchecked, we get G3. Okay, that's what happens.
mm,
And so to just like not to let that slide is like we're just gonna end up right back there all over again if that just keeps happening, keeps happening, and keeps happening. And I'm not saying that like, oh, the Breezes was like, G3 or something, but like they introduced this thing without any solid explanation, which they're pretty good at doing in the past. Like it's not just like, not Tolkien-esque lore going on in
yeah,
the show, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like they're just being like, well, there's this toy and we needed to do something, so there's like magic wind that does this thing, but we don't know why, but it kind of does the thing. And
yeah.
Mr. Cake needed to know, so now he knows.
You, you know what it felt like to me? It felt like the sea ponies in like the very first MLP pilot. It felt like that.
Right?
Which is
Just like
probably why it didn't bother me so much because I kind of want to see sea ponies.
I'd rather see sea ponies. I bet they
Yeah.
probably could have come up with a better explanation for that. Plus,
Oh.
we've never seen like the ocean in the show, anyways. So
Yeah, I
that'd be
know.
kinda cool.
I'm still waiting for that.
So, because they live on this big landlocked kind of continent sort of deal that has like this edge that we've never been to. But no, I mean, can we agree that out of all the key episodes, this is the worst one?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was
Okay,
the worst one.
because
I just don't think it was that bad
people
of an episode.
people are saying that like Rainbow Falls is worse than this.
Yeah. What? No.
Yeah, tons of people are telling me that Rainbow Falls is worse than this. And like, don't get me wrong, Rainbow Falls was a mess, but it wasn't.
Yeah. It
It
wasn't. Yeah.
because I think that's the thing, right? There are episodes of the show that have made worse mistakes than the Breezies. However, those episodes had something redeeming in them. This was bad and then boring the rest of the time. There was nothing for me. There was nothing even like whoa, like a spike of good. It was just like and so there's just like nothing. The only good part to me that I was like, oh man, that was cool, was at the end when Rainbow Dash is like, I want to be a griffin. And I'm just like, that was like the one part that's like, that was funny.
Oh, what about the moral with Fluttershy and being firm with
That's so good. Like,
yeah.
see, that's such a great moral to have. But like, it was just there was no like lead up to it. I felt like the episode didn't know what it wanted to do. In the beginning, you thought it was going to be like the Breezies being abusive or something, and like abusing Fluttershy's kindness, and they kind of did, but they didn't explore that concept. It was Fluttershy like letting them do that, and then it's like, okay, then it's like, well, maybe it's going to focus on Seabreeze being a jerk, but then like being a jerk was okay, but then all of a sudden it wasn't okay at the end, and there's just a lot of conflicting concepts that seem to go on in this. And I mean, the whole like main aspect was like, oh, we want these Breezies, and they didn't make any sense. Like, I don't understand anything about them, you know?
Yeah.
And just like, it just felt like, okay, because like, again, before I watched this, because I didn't know the Breezies were going to be a thing, I watched the MLP Toy Fair thing. And in that, if you watch that, they're like, this is our big driver for the spring. We're going to sell all these Breezy toys. So that's the Hasbro side. Just like, we want to push...
I guess it's because I didn't see that video where I wasn't quite as upset. So, I don't know. I mean, because I was upset because of the Equestria Girls when I saw the trailer for that. Because I knew that those dolls were going to be, that's what was going to drive that movie.
Right. And just like, that's why they're making a second one and all this garbage. But like... I don't know, like, decisions like that bother me because I don't want to watch an advertisement. I want to watch a TV show. That's why I don't watch TV anymore, because I don't like sitting through ads. That's why I have Adblock Plus, because I don't want to look at advertisements. I don't like...
Except for on this, I kind of need that ad revenue.
Don't use your ad... disable your ad block for Paleo's channel, because look at him. Look at that face. How can you say no to that face? But other than that, fuck ad block. So, like... I don't know.
Mean fuck
advertisements? When I sit down to watch this show, fuck advertisements. Like I don't want to sit down and watch like this like pandering advertising, like like show that doesn't have integrity. Because that's why I came here in the first place. Because like everyone's saying, oh, it's a kid's show, you have to expect things like that. Well, the whole reason that this whole fandom got started is because it was a subversion of those expectations. The show was better than that. And so to defend it now and say, like, it's okay if it goes back to that, it's like, no, because that's why we're all here in the first place. So, I don't know. To me, that just seems like almost hypocritical. To be like, it's okay if it's an advertisement. It's okay if it's a little kid's show.
Yeah, it's like that article that was released after Equestria Girls came out, where saying, like, oh, come on, it's not that bad. No, it is.
Yeah. Just like, come on. Like, just because you like the show doesn't mean, like, you have to defend everything it does. Like, you can call it when it screws up, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you like the show any less. It just means like, this one wasn't feeling so much for me. And that's something I tried to stress in my videos. Like, to me, this is the worst episode. To me, for what I was looking for. And if you don't agree, like, that was how I ended the video. I'm like, if you don't agree, let me know. Like, it's just cool. But like, to me, for what I'm looking for, like, it felt like an advertisement. The Breezies had no explanation and no real reason to be there. Because like, if they had been framed better, I'd have been okay with it, because like they put wings on Rarity to sell a winged Rarity doll, I'm sure. And that was framed okay because that had like an actual like place in the plot of that episode. So it wasn't an ass pull. It was like, we're giving Rarity wings so she can be a foil to Rainbow Dash and like play her off of the plot line of the story. It was like, okay, you did it. A+. You made it work, So like, sell toys like the train. Even the train, people are like, oh, they have the train all the time. Like, yeah, but like the train is so underplayed.
They don't really talk about the train.
Like it
So,
would be like having an entire episode when like Big Mac was like fawning over like this new train, and that was
yeah.
an episode they did. Like,
Or that little truck with Applejack.
right? It's
Yeah.
like something like ridiculous like that. Like, oh man, I can't wait to get this new car. I've wanted this new car forever. Man, this new car is really cool. It was only 1995. Kids, ask your parents before going online. Just like what? You know, like that's crap. So I don't do that. So, but that's like how the Breezies came off to me because it's like, oh, we have all these little creatures and we have no explanation that makes any sort of sense. And it felt like they had to like force them in there, you know?
Yeah.
Because like, and I'm not trying to hold the show up to unrealistic standards because the show has done this before. It's done
Yeah.
lore integration really well. So to see it like stumble like this, like, do I hate the writer like Natasha Levenger? No.
Yeah, I was going to ask what other episode has she done so far?
Pinky Apple Pie,
Oh, but that one was good one.
right?
Yeah, that one was good.
So I don't know.
I don't know. I guess it's just some of the staff has been like from the original season. You know, like Jason Thiessen isn't part of the show anymore, is he?
I thought he was, isn't he? Because he helped with Pinky Pride.
Oh,
Amy
okay.
Daughters, I thought.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if he was part of it or not.
No, he's not a writer. He's like the producer. So
Yeah,
he does
yeah, I know.
animations.
But like, he was like the supervisor or something.
He was
or
an
supervising director or something like that.
Yeah, he had some authority.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's probably enough time before this video gets too big.
Right, because I could rant forever because I don't know when to shut up. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't decide what's good or bad. I just decide what's good or bad for me. So Paleo, if you want to like the Breezies, if your inner biologist, paleontologist is just like, oh, yay, then I'm down with that. Me, my inner like author was just like, what a crock of shit. So we'll agree to disagree, and I'll still give you a hug of BronyCon.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, or MLP MSP, yeah.
Which you should all go to.
Yeah, be there.
It's coming up in a few months, and we're all going to be there, and it'll be super fun. And it's only $100-something a night to stay at
Yeah,
convenient.
109 a night at the hotel that the con is at, right across from the airport.
So when are we getting our paycheck from draft for this?